Hey, welcome back, friends. If you want to join the friends, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. So, today we have the patch notes for the 21st of August. This isn't that big of a patch notes. I was debating even talking about it, but it's only taking me a couple minutes, so I might as well just go ahead and do it, get it on, or get you guys all up to date with everything. So, there's a couple of graphical updates. I don't care too much about graphical updates. Um, Basically the main thing in the skill D&D minigames is that you can now disassemble Superior Void top and bottom. Most people aren't going to disassemble them anyway, but it is now an option. I believe the Karasi sword is still the fastest way to get the parts from the Void outfits, so this probably is never going to be used, the Superior Void top and bottom being disassembled, but if you have a pair in there and you don't ever use it, it may be worth disassembling. A couple of quest things. Oily Fishing Rod can now be redeemed from Gerhardt. I think you maybe had to remake it every single time, so that's kind of sucky beforehand, and now you can just get it right back. Uh, that's about it for quests. This is the big update for this week, though. This is the update that actually matters. The animal rates for Shadow Worlds have now been increased significantly. So basically, you can get about 30 mil per hour, they're saying, which is way better than what it used to be. I think it was like 8 to 10 mil per hour, or something silly slow like that. So, um, that's going to be a big difference to Shadow Worlds. That may actually convince me to go ahead and get all the masks from there. It would be a cool kind of series for videos. I'll think about it later in the future, and if I have enough time in the next couple of weeks here, I may start that up. But if I don't really have too much time, then I don't really care about the masks that much. I would think it would just be a cool series for you guys, seeing as how I haven't really done any series yet. I just haven't had the time to, just with how much I've been working. Price of huge lamps also went up just to kind of compensate so that you don't get insane Slayer XP per hour. Um, Slayer XP per hour is still pretty good here if you think about it. 6 mil per huge Slayer lamp, and let's say you can get the 36 mil anima per hour. That means you're going to get 6 huge Slayer lamps per hour, which is 80k a piece probably. So 80,000 times 6 is going to be what? Sorry, quick math. 480,000 experience per hour. That's not bad. Assuming that these are the correct rates and this is the cost for the huge Slayer lamps. Imagine if they kept it at 4 mil per hour, though. That would have been an extra 50% on top of that. That's why they had to change this. It was like 750,000 experience per hour instead of about 480. So yeah, they had to change this. It's necessary. They did make God books a little bit more convenient, I guess. You can now have them as cosmetic override, which is nice for some people if they want to have cosmetic override. I don't really use random cosmetic overrides except for my thumbnails. That's about the only time I actually use cosmetics. That and right now I just have the beach outfit on just for fun. Uh, all in all, nothing really in this section. Corrected some spelling issues. That's literally on the list here. Corrected spelling of Daggenoff to Daggenoff. So 2 N's instead of 2 G's. That's about it. A couple of ninja fixes. Basically, they made a lot of stuff that used to not be equipable in free to play. Livid Farm, they did some minor quality of life updates, so that's kind of nice. Made repair pouch spell only costs 1 astral instead of 2 astrals. Not a huge difference in the GP, and you don't ever really have to use it that much anyhow, but it's nice to get a little bit extra anything from Livid Farm, seeing as how much time and effort I put into it. I actually did it before they even reduced down the amount of produce that you had to get by 50%. So, yeah, I have a lot of produce just kind of sitting in the bank. I don't know if I'm ever going to use it. I'll probably just sit there just to prove that I did it before it was cool to just do it double as fast. Wonderful. They also increased the XP rate, so actually I think it would be like 30 to 40,000 farming experience per hour, which isn't bad actually if you're trying to grind up farming experience. I know it was already debatable whether or not it was worth using, and now Livid Farm is probably actually a decent farmable farming XP per hour. Obviously, if you just want to do tree runs, you get like 2.5 mil experience per hour. But if you're trying to farm up experience pretty quickly, this is an actual way to do it now. They also made it stackable for the bundled produce, the logs, and the planks, so that'll make it a little bit more convenient to do. Random events now actually give you produce points, which I don't know why they didn't always. It was one of those things that you just were like, you missed something there. And they finally actually made it do that, as well as change a couple of the teleport locations. They actually put this kind of in the middle here. The currency pouch has been reworked to be more convenient to use and increase the number of favorites available to the player. So I actually really enjoy this because I always had to like manage what I had on my favorites. Now I think I have Thaler, the Slayer points, the VIP Slayer tickets because I'm planning on doing Slayer decently soon, as well as the Cabbage Face Punch Bonanza points. So those four things are all just for Slayer, and I also have the Rune Elite Rune Crafting outfit. I have that on my bar, so if I ever actually get into rune crafting, it's one of those things that I need to do eventually, get that last outfit so I can kind of review them all as a whole, but it's something that's going to take a lot of time. I was hoping that mud runes would actually give me some, but unfortunately combination runes don't give you any elite outfit pieces. Honestly, the rest of this is kind of useless. I guess the turtle shell bowls, that's actually kind of nice because you can now make them batches of 60 instead of 10. When you were mass producing them, it was really inconvenient to only make 10 at a time. You'd have to click like every 10-15 seconds. Now it would probably be about a minute of AFK every single time that you click to make some bowls. If you're mass producing them, then it's probably worthwhile to actually craft them up now. And if you're just looking for something AFK to do, I know a lot of people have a lot of the little shell pieces in their bank because that was the fastest way of doing Hunter before they released Crystal Chinchompas. NXT, basically, you can skip all this. They fixed a lot of bugs and they made it slightly less demanding on older machines. So NXT, if you've been putting off using NXT because it doesn't work on your machine really well, this is when you want to give it a second shot, basically. NXT has now made it so that you have lesser amount of CPU, GPU that you need to use, and a lot of the bugs on older GPUs have actually been fixed. So if you had some problems with NXT, it's worth looking into it again now. And last week's hot fixes. This is the big one. I saw a video where they were killing like, I don't even remember. It was like couple thousand things in a clan citadel at a time. If you didn't know, clan citadel do have a battlefield, and you could kill thousands and thousands of these little teeny weeny mobs. There were skeletons. They only had like 750 HP a piece, so you could kill them extremely quickly if you had the skill from, where was it? The raid skill. Where it spreads to everything, you could kill them extremely quickly. Also with magic, if you use the Dragon Fire Breath, it killed a lot of them as well. So they were giving quite a bit of scavenging and looting. I think looting didn't actually matter that much, but they were giving quite a bit of scavenging components. It was a decent way to actually farm up components. So they nerfed that to the ground. That was probably a good idea. It might have actually been a better way of getting noxious components than actually just going for noxious components, like buying or making money up for getting the noxious scythe or something to disassemble. Obviously, you don't want to disassemble a noxious scythe. That's the most expensive one. But noxious bow or noxious staff. It might have actually been more efficient to do that with the scavenging perk because you get a lot of extra just random, uncommon, and rare components while you're doing it as well, if you're going for any noxious components, assuming you had scavenging 3, of course, which not many people do have. All in all, not too much to these patch notes, so that's why I was saying I didn't really know if I wanted to talk about them. Big ones are Livid Farm is now a little bit better, Shattered World is a little bit better now, and Scavenging isn't overpowered in Clan Citadels. If you guys all enjoy this kind of video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like and comment. As always, have a good one.